Yeah. Boy, it feels so wonderful out here today. I mean, it feels excellent. And when I say excellent, it feels wonderful out here. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Great morning. Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to go get my drink. I forgot my drink. I know I'm not drinking alcohol early in the morning, but I forgot my water. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Whew. I'm talking because it feels so wonderful out here. I had to get me some watermelon water. Watermelon water. What's going on, y'all? Per usual, anytime I come on this thing during the daytime, like I always tell y'all, don't get your anus fired for being on here in the middle of the day at work trying to listen to me talk. Because I can't afford, well, I guess I could, but I can't afford to hire you, give you no job. So don't get fired, all right? I ain't going to be here long no way. And I know what y'all going to say. Well, you say it all the time. But I'm for real this time. I'm really not going to be here that long. I'm only here because I had a cancellation at the gym. So since I had a cancellation at the gym, I was like, I might as well go ahead and run my mouth on what I was talking about when I woke up. I started controversy per usual. On your marks, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Certified Chaos, good morning, brother. And Bosun, good morning. GBPhD, good morning. How y'all doing? All right, so I'm gonna jump right into it, okay? So I woke up this morning, per usual, and I like to start a controversy. Woke up this morning, I tweeted something. All right? Follow the light, what's going down? I tweeted something this morning. I put up a poll, right? And so the poll I put up was, in case you ain't seen it, all right, now it's a 60-40 race. It's a 60-40 race. So I asked, I was like, would you rather see two fast runners go head to head, 1 versus 1, or in a race with 8 runners? Feel free to leave a comment with your pick. I'm just curious. Right now, it's at 60-40. 60% for 8 lanes, 40% for 1 versus 1. All right. Now, here's what I'm saying. I'm for the 1 versus 1. And I'm gonna tell y'all why, okay? Tell y'all why, all right? Tell y'all why, okay? What we have all said, all of us, every single last one of y'all, ain't not a single last one of y'all have not complained about track and field. Whether people ducking each other, you complained about that. Whether meets not being ran right, you complained about that. Whether not being able to find out who running and find it on TV, you complained about that. You complained about the fact that you find out that athletes are suicidal because they don't get no money, and shoe companies, they get over on everybody. You complained about that. Okay, so here's what Ray thought. You know, when I heard all the complaints, I was like, man, there gotta be a way. Gotta be a way. Gotta be a way. So here's what I'm saying, people. Okay. 1 versus 1 is way more beneficial to the sport of track and field than what we have right now, which is the typical 8-lane, 8-track stuff. Okay. Now here's why I say that. I think people don't understand what I mean when I'm saying 1 versus 1. What I mean is this right here. Okay. We got Rabat coming up, right? Rabat's about to come up. We got 8 people in that race, right? But we all wanted to see only 2 of them race each other. That's it. That's it. We all wanted to see Fred Curley versus Oceans. Don't act like you didn't. Don't act like you weren't voting for that same 1 versus 1. But you got an 8-lane race, okay? Hear me out. Hear me out. So what if Rabat didn't do an 8-lane race? What if Rabat said, lane 1 and lane 8, y'all got the slowest times coming in. Y'all gonna go first. Y'all the first 1 versus 1. All right. Lane 2 and 7. Y'all got the next 2 slowest times coming in, right? That's another. Y'all gonna race after that. All right. Lane 3 and 6. Y'all got the next 2 fastest times coming in, right? Y'all gonna race head up. Lane 5 and 6. Y'all got the 2 fastest times coming in. Then guess what? Y'all gonna race head up. So you get the undercards, is what I'm calling them. You get the undercards, which is slowest people coming in, and as every 1 versus 1 race goes off, it just goes up the ladder, just like boxing. Like when the track meet starts, you just get to see the slow people run against each other. Now here's the beauty of that. Say for example, you got the 2 slowest seeds come in, right? And then somebody pop out and drop 9-7. Say Omoyala there. And Omoyala in the slow race, the last undercard, and he dropped 9-7. Well, if that 9-7 just move him to the top of the list, then guess what? Next track meet, Omoyala get to go on up there. Now I need that money from that first race because I'm now leader. So let's just say Fred got the belt, right? Fred got the belt, and he is the one who's at Rabat, got to defend his belt, right? Let's say Fred defends it. Let's say Oceans don't take the belt, right? But let's say somebody like Omoyala in his race run a faster time. So now Omoyala can say, you know what? I want to challenge Fred for the belt. So the next track meet, Omoyala, you get your shot. The beauty of it is everybody gets paid. I don't think that's what people understand or missing when I'm like, no, we can do this a whole lot better because if we split it up and we go 1 versus 1, every single race now can get paid versus athletes are leaving hungry. They're leaving track meets still broke. Y'all don't understand because, again, I'm just trying to teach y'all and merge this gap. That track meet y'all saw at Bermuda, I want y'all to start commenting what you think first place got paid for Bermuda. Go ahead. We're going to play the prices right now. Start commenting what you think first place got paid at Bermuda, okay? Now, with that being said, while y'all get ready to put it up there, if you got a 1 versus 1 at every single track meet, then that's instant action. Boom, boom, your turn. Boom, your turn. Boom, your turn. Boom, your turn. Instant action. Even if it's the jumps, same thing. Instead of a flight, now it's 1 versus 1. When y'all get through jumping off, it's done. It's done. And now, when you bring that 5 and that 4 down, now Dolores, how you find that out? But anyway, so now what you're doing is you have, say for example, you got the main event, right? Say the main event is Fred versus Oceans. Okay, well, that's a main event, meaning Fred got to get paid $100,000. Oceans got to get paid $100,000. Which means if you're at the bottom tier, like if you like I say, like the slow two coming in, both of y'all still gonna make $25,000, no matter what. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but on the low end, like if it's the slowest race, both athletes get $25,000. They ain't doing that at no track meets. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why this 1 versus 1 world would be so much better and so much more profitable for the athletes and the sport. Because now, guess what? If you got this type of setup, I don't know, maybe DraftKings might be interested now. Maybe you can get that type of sponsorship. Like, man, I'm gonna put me some money on that because we can start betting on that. You see what I'm saying? I get the whole aspect of people want the 8-lane races, but 8-lane races ain't fair. People say, well, 8-lane, well, you never know who gon', you know, somebody might surprise somebody. Okay, well, surprise us from the undercards. Like, that's why you're in the undercards. Surprise us from the undercard race and go drop a time. Oh, shit, we didn't, man, you came in with a 9-9 and you dropped 9-7 in your undercard race. Guess what you get to do now? Now you get to challenge the person at the top. Why? Because I just dropped 9-7. I get to challenge you now for that belt. And no matter what, if I'm in that top race, I'm gonna make $100,000. No matter what, I'm gonna make $100,000. So even if I lose, I'm gonna walk away with $100,000. Even if I lose, let's say the undercard of the third race. Say the third case undercard. If top race is 100, then the third can drop to 75. I mean, the second drop to 75. The third can drop to 50. And then the fourth race can drop 25. So now you got athletes who are actually getting paid for their worth, paid for what they are, paid for being great. And that's one track meet. So now if I'm in the lowest undercard race, I still made $25,000. So now if I go to the next track meet and I don't do nothing but stay in the undercards, I'm gonna still make me over $100,000 no matter what. Now let's say I'm at the top, I got the belt. Every time I defend that belt, my price goes up. Meaning I'm 12-0. 12-0. My races now are worth $500,000. I'm just throwing wild numbers out there, but they're not really wild numbers, but I'm undefeated. So now if I'm undefeated, now we can build up a race between, okay, this person has not lost in 13 races. This person just dropped 9-7. We want to see that race between that newcomer who just dropped 9-7 and this person who just been doing who's 12-0. So now that's a $1 million race. Easily. It's a $1 million race. Why? Because we can build it to be that. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling y'all. If we were to create a world of 1 versus 1 races, 1 versus 1, right? If we was to create a world of 1 versus 1 races versus the traditional track meet way, then guess what? We just solved all of our problems in track and field. Because I think what people are thinking at least when I'm saying 1 versus 1, it's only 2 people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you got 8 people in the 100 already. Don't run them all at one time. And then think about what that does for the actual fan. You gear up to see a 100-meter race. Now instead of me seeing 1 race with 8 people in it, I get 4 races of people going boom, boom, boom. Man, I want that. I want that every day of the week. What you mean? If I got an option choosing between, I get to see one 100-meter race, or I get to see, AJ, what's going on, brother? That has been a while. Or I get to see 8 different 100-meter runners go head to head to see who gonna be the best. I want that. I want that any day of the week. What you mean you don't want that? Like, I want that every day of the week, Jack. You mean to tell me anytime I turn on this TV or a track meet, whether it's a long jump, triple jump, hurdle, steeple jump might be a little too far, but whatever it is, 800. You mean to tell me that it's only gonna be 2 people and it's gonna be 4 of them races? I'm with that. I'm with that. And more importantly, what you telling me is the traditional track meet, say like a Bermuda gonna pay $2,000 for first place, right? Or we'll go to Diamond League. Diamond League gonna pay 10 grand for first place, right? That's only one person that can make $10,000. The rest ain't getting paid nothing. With the format that I just said, the least you walking away with is $25,000. But it's the same 8 people. It's the same 8 people. All I just said was, let's split them up and make every race worth something. That's it. And the whole fact how I don't think people can't, because at the end of the day, you get more excitement out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to see, again, we'll say if it's the 2 lowest seeds. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Let me pull up the Rabat start list. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Rabat Diamond League. Yep, Diamond League Morocco. All right. Let me pull this up so y'all can understand what I'm trying to say. So, and we'll go. Let me see. They give me. Let me see. They got it up yet? Yeah. All right. So let's go with the 100-meter men. All right. So in the 100-meter men in Rabat, here's your interest, and this will make it make sense to me. Right. In the 100-meter men, you got Leslie Tebogo coming in with a 991. You got Akani Simbine coming in with a 984. You got Omanyala coming in with a 977, right? You got Shakira Makwan coming in at 1023. You got Fred Curley at 976. You got Marcel Jacobs at 980. You got Trayvon at 976. You got Johan at 969. Now watch this though. Johan, we're not going to care about your season best because it's all starting fresh. Your personal best is what's going to determine where you at when this 1v1 kick off. Like if it's the beginning of the season of a 1v1. If this is the opening race of a 1v1 world, I'm saying Leslie Tebogo versus Akani Simbine. That's your first race. Y'all two, 991, 984, line it up. Let's see who's going to do what. Let's get it, okay? That race over with. All right, cool. Get your money out the way. Now we get a race between who next? Now we get a race between Lamont and Omanyala because Lamont ain't ran no faster than 980. Omanyala's 977. Okay, so now the next race is them two. Boom. Go ahead. Let's see what y'all got. All right. There's a prize bag for that. There's a bag for that. Now, them two out the way. Now you get to see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start over. I forgot the Shakira kid. You got to see Leslie versus Shakira Makmour because they the 2 slowest coming in. Then after that, you get to see Akani Simbine versus Lamont Jacobs because Lamont ain't nothing but 980. So now you get to see Akani versus Lamont, and then after that race, you get to see Fred. No. Ooh, yep. You got to see Omanyala versus Fred. And then the actual main event would be Trayvon versus Johan. Now, we all know that Johan ain't running that fast, all that stuff. We all know all that stuff, okay? We know all of that. But to kick it off, this is what you would need because now once you kick this off, everybody going to have a time, all right? So now what gets to happen is, let's say Tebogo is in that first race and he got to race the 1023 guy. And then Tebogo drops 980, right? But nobody else goes faster than that. Then guess what Tebogo gets to do? Tebogo gets to challenge either either Trayvon or Johan. Whoever won that race, Tebogo gets to challenge them now. Why? I was an undercard that went 980. I want to challenge for the belt now. Then guess what 1v1 get to say? All right, well, shit. Well, all right. You got to defend your belt. You got to defend your title. He just calls you out. So now the next track meet, same thing. Well, you got bumped down because, you know, your time wasn't as fast as it was. See what I'm saying? So now you got a complete season of action. Every single meet is action. Why? Because you're going to want to get in that main event. Because if that main event is paying, say, no matter what, you're getting $100,000 for the main event, you're going to want to be in that main event. Say you only making the 50,000 or 75,000 because you the undercard that's right underneath that. You're not gonna complain that you only got $75,000. And this is one track meet. We'll wait till the next verses, the next battle. You're not gonna complain because $75,000 at one track meet is more than what these people are offering for contracts. I said it last night on my show. $75,000 at one race is more than what these people are offering for 3-year deals. Okay. All right. Now, you got the jumping. You got the long jumps, the triple jumps. You got the 800s. You do it the same way. You got the 1500s. But if you do something like the 1500, you just structure it really damn near like boxing to where there's only one event. It's only one versus one, the 1500. All right. The next track meet, it may be another contender or whatever. But if it's the sprints, something that can get over with like that, boom, 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 man, you 1v1 them all day long because they don't take no time. If you were to do this setup in the 100 I just told you, right? That's nothing more than heat 1, heat 2, heat 3, heat 4. It ain't nothing out of the ordinary that's going to slow a track meet down, do any of that shit because it's just like a track meet now. You got heat 1, heat 2, heat 3, heat 4. The only difference is they're not called heats now. They're called undercard races. So in undercard race 1, you're the 2 slowest. And that's just what it is. Patrick, what's going on, baby? That's just what it is. So you work your way up the ladder. And if you on the top, say you the top runner, say you Fred Curley, and every track meet that you run in, or every 1 versus 1 you do is 100,000. I mean, you do 100, you get 100K for the 1v1. Do the math. That's just the appearance fee. Now, I'm not talking about the bag. I'm not talking about whatever the prize bag gonna be. I'm talking about you finna get 100,000 no matter what. Now the prize purse might be another 100 grand. Like it just the possibilities are endless when you open it up. When you open up a 1v1 world, no actual random. Listen to what I'm saying, okay? With 8 people, heat 1 only has 2 runners in it. Heat 2 only got 2 runners in it. Heat 3, 2 runners. Heat 4, 2 runners. I don't know. It's still 8. We're just not doing an 8-lane track. We're not doing a whole 8 no more. It's just a 1 versus 1. But all 8 of y'all get the race. Whatever happens will determine where you can be at the next track meet. I mean, because if you think about it right now, the same 8 are traveling anyway. You're going to see the same 8 from Rabat that you're going to see in Rome. Okay? Extra random. It's still 8 people. It's not 32. Okay? Listen, I'm going to help you out one more time. All right? Extra randomness. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy too. This is my therapist be telling me. Listen, actual random. It's not 32. It's 8. Yes. 8 instead of 32. 8 instead of 32. Right? We're only allowing 8 people in. Why? Because that's where we're at already now. Right now in Rabat, there's 8 people in the race. Rome, there's 8 people in the race. All I'm saying is instead of all 8 running at the same time, split them up 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 based on their seed times. Lane 1 and lane 8, y'all got the slowest seed times coming in. The chances of y'all winning this race is 0 to none. 0 to none. So you got to pull off a miracle just to win $3,000 or $4,000. You got to pull off a miracle at a diamond league from lane 1 to 8 to win 10. When my version says you ain't got to do that. If you two got the slowest times coming in, y'all just race each other, and both of y'all get paid $25,000. Who gonna gonna say no. Like what? You tell me an athlete, you tell me any athlete who's gonna say no to that. You have the option of going to a Diamond League race and running a race with 8 people to win 10 grand. You have the option of going to a meet to race 7 other people. Let me say it right. 7 other people for $10,000. Or you can just race one person and get a guaranteed 25 grand. Let's just play common sense sometimes. I know it ain't that common in here. I know it ain't that common, but let's just play common sense. Which one, if you won't even run, which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? Like, let's just keep it 100. Like, let me ask you again. So you mean tell me my options are I can go run this Diamond League race and get in the race with 7 other people to race for $10,000. Or I can go race one person and get a guaranteed 25,000? Yeah. Well, shit. Well, sign me up. if Ray was still an athlete, sign me up, baby. Sign me up, baby. Sign me up 10 times over. Sign me up. You mean to tell me that, watch this. We'll take the 8th place finisher we can go with Rabat, Rome, and then just throw 2 more races in there, right? You got 4 races to where you can go get 8th at all 4 of those races, right? And you're going to come back with a cool $6,000 from 4 races. 4 Diamond League races getting 8th. Cool $6,000 that you just came back with. But with my version, if you just did 4 races and you was the slowest coming in, you just made $100,000 in 4 races. As the slowest. As the slowest one coming in 4 races, you just made $100,000. Here's what y'all gonna have to understand. Okay? I know this will work. All right? When I say I know this will work, I know it's will work. I don't thought about it. Thought it through and through. Through and through. Because now, here's the thing, because somebody said something. Somebody said something in the tweets. I'm just gonna paraphrase it, and they was like, well, speaking as a fan, I don't really care. I just want to see races. Well, have we not been going through history of seeing people admit to being suicidal? Have we not gone through history of hearing people admit to being depressed? Have we not gone through history of track and field with people explaining how they slept in their car or how they're sleeping in their car? Have we not went through history of hearing all these athletes complaining? So as a fan, if you just want to see athletes run, that's inhumane. You're almost part of the problem. That's inhumane. You literally just say, I don't care about your life. I don't care about none of that stuff y'all crying about. I just want you to run. Nah, we're not gonna keep doing that shit. I'm telling y'all, we're not gonna keep doing that shit. We're not gonna keep doing that shit for the meat promoters. We're not gonna keep doing that shit for the shoe companies. We're not gonna keep doing that shit for the IOC, and we damn sure ain't gonna keep doing that shit for the fans, because people gotta survive. And the thing that we do as track and field athletes is so spectacular. It's spectacular. Speed is spectacular. Okay? You can train somebody to shoot a basketball. You can train somebody to throw a football. You can train somebody to be Tiger Woods. But you can't train nobody to be Usain Bolt. You can only train Usain Bolt to be better at what he already has, which is a God-given ability. That is a selective ability that only a few human beings get. No, no, we can't keep getting misused for our talents. I'm sorry. I'm just not for that. I'm not for what the person said on Twitter. Like, I just want to see races. I don't give a damn about races. These people are going home depressed after a race. I don't give a damn about them races. I give a damn about how are we going to fix this so these athletes aren't committing suicide. How are we going to fix this so these athletes aren't depressed? How are we going to fix this so that they're not sleeping in cars? How are we going to fix this to where they're not training all year long to be told no? Meaning, you didn't make the team, you don't get a contract, go back home broke. That's not right. That's not right at all. Like, and that shit been going on way too long, way too long, way too long. So that's my thing. That's my thing. That's literally my whole thing, my whole spiel on why I keep saying 1 versus 1, 1 versus 1 versus 8. Because that 8 shit is old. That shit ain't helping us no more. It ain't, that 8 shit ain't drawing no attention to the sport. It's drawing 0 attention to the sport. That 8 shit ain't helping no athletes. That 8 shit ain't doing nothing for track and field. So sometimes you gotta just tear some shit down and do it all over again. That's the nature of business. We're watching and we're all commenting. We're all commenting on a failing business. We're watching it ourselves and we talk about it. We talk about it amongst each other. We talk about it on RaesTake. We talk about it on Twitter. We talk about a sport that's dying. Okay, well, here's a solution. Here's a solution to a sport that's dying. But the problem is people don't actually like change. They don't, okay? We can say all day long, or y'all can say all day long, man, this sport is this sport is that, man, we can't do this, we can't, man, this is going downhill. Oh, this ain't it. Okay, how about we do 1 versus 1? No, let's keep it traditional. What the hell? Like, do you know how stupid that just sounded? You know what I'm saying? Like, you do all the complaining about it, and then when somebody says, here's a better solution, no, I won't want that one. This is kind of why track and field is still where it's at, because the people and some of y'all fans are too close-minded to understand that it needs to change, and it can be changed. It can be changed, but the change starts with you letting go. Like, let it go. Like I say, let it go. Like, let it go. Let it go. It didn't work. It don't work. All right. So since it don't work, shout out to Synergy, my company, because our stuff works. We're the only infrared tape on the planet. Synergy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You have to do something different. Same thing like we just did with Synergy. There was KT tape. KT tape was every damn well. Everybody got KT tape to where KT tape was getting watered down. You don't want that shit no more, man. I don't know KT tape, man. I don't do that. Wait. That's not KT tape. It looked like KT tape. It stretched like KT tape. But it got some different shit in it. Yeah, this ain't nothing like the KT tape you got. It's a whole new one. Complete new one. Oh, I want that one then. See what I'm saying? That's the nature of business. That's the nature of business, okay? Now, again, I'm finna be done with y'all on this spiel, all right? 1 versus 1, I can assure you, 1 versus 1 is a better option for athletes and fans and sponsors, okay? Think about it. If you have races of 1 versus 1, that's equivalent to boxing. That's equivalent to other sponsors being able to jump in. Why? Because if you're doing a 1v1 race, Cadillac might want to put some money behind you. Hey, man, look, I like the way you've been doing your thing, man. Cadillac, we're going to sponsor you. Come on, Cadillac, bring the money in. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Bomb, you 15, you 15 and 0? What? Okay, so now you 15 and 0. You might can get sponsors from Cadillac, dang on Synergy, god dang on Walmart, anybody. And what 1 versus 1 will allow, what it will allow athletes to do is get sponsorship from anybody. Like anybody. It don't have to be a shoe company no more. It ain't got to be a shoe company at all. You can have 10 different sponsors if you want to, Jack. So now you got 10 different sponsors sending you money. And you also getting paid every time you run. That's called a professional sport. You know how y'all keep talking about track and field needs to separate from professional and college? How do we know it's a pro? That's what I just gave y'all. That's a professional sport now. It's a professional sport now. Anybody can sponsor me. Anybody can sponsor me. So let's just say it like this here. Say you undefeated, right? Say you don't win 14 races in 0 and you got the belt. You 14 and 0, right? In every race you run in, you in the main event. So you're going to collect a check of $100,000, $120,000, right? per main event. Now add that on top of all your sponsorship dollars that you can get from freaking Apple, freaking, I don't know, Tylenol, Hershey's. Add that up. Now you sitting here talking NASCAR money, Jack. Now you sitting here like a track athlete is where you want to be at. You want to be a track athlete because them boys getting paid millions of dollars. Them ladies getting paid millions of dollars. Millions, not hundreds. You want to be a track athlete now. Now the next generation coming up is like, shit, man, I'm gonna start training my kid now. See, like, you're gonna be a 1 versus 1 athlete, baby. You're gonna be the best there is. It gives a whole new dynamic for the future of track and field, period. Completely, period. It's completely. Now it makes people want to do it. And now it gets to be looked at with the regular sports. Now we get to be appreciated like a basketball player, like a football player. Do y'all know how embarrassing it be when these people come to my gym and these people think that we millionaires? And I'm telling these folks, bro, we don't even get paid for the Olympics, and the average race is 10,000, and only about 5% of the sport got a contract. These NFL players look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what? I thought y'all got paid like $1 million. I wish, because if we did, I probably wouldn't be here training you. I probably wouldn't be no trainer if we got paid what y'all thinking we get paid. I'm training you to be better in the NFL because I don't make the money you make. But they think we do. So here's a way. Here's a way. 1 versus 1. That's all I'm saying. The distance in the 400-meter runners, it's the same thing. But instead of them doing it all in one setting, well, in reality, you could do it all in one setting, because 1 versus 1, all it is if you think about it, you can take it back to a regular track meet that you would go to in high school or in college somewhere where they have heats. Okay, so instead of 4 heats of 8 or whatever, you got 4 heats of 2. Instead of 4 heats of the 400 with, 16, 17 people, you got 4 heats of the 400 with 2 people. You got 4 heats of the 800 with 2 people, or 2 heats. It's simplifying track and field. Simplifying track and field. Now, we didn't say marathon now, actually, man. Did nobody say that? Did nobody? Now you're going too far. Shalom. Nobody said nothing like that. But look at it this way. When you talk about a marathon and stuff like that, let that stay over there. That's amateur sport. That's the Olympics. The Olympics is an amateur sport. So let them stay over there. Marathon, go over there. Race walking, go over there. Like all that, go over there. But over here, in this sport, it's these events. We're sorry that it's not a premier event. So you just train like you normally do, and you keep doing regular track meets. Because what I'm saying is, I'm not saying track and field needs to adapt this system. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is track and field can stay the same, but there's another system that you can choose. I'm not saying track and field rewrite anything. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is track and field, do your thing. IOCs, do your thing. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Over here, though, this is how we operate. Okay? So again, it's just doing this right here. 2 entities now. All right? Instead of 1 entity, which is track and field as a whole, you got track and field 1 versus 1. It's that simple. It's that simple. Pick your side. Meaning, well, shoot, I can do either one, or I can do both. Because it's like, I might want to be a 1 versus 1 athlete the 3 years in between the Olympics. And then on the Olympic year, okay, now I go do the Olympic stuff. But in between, I'm a 1 versus 1. Kind of like how the NBA do and every other damn sport do, to where 3 years in between, we got our own professional sport, and we'll see y'all in the Olympics. Track and field can do the same thing now. You got a whole 1 versus 1 world over here, and then come Olympic year, all right, I'm gonna go over there, and but unless I'm like a Floyd Mayweather 1 versus 1, I'm not going to no Olympics. Why? Because you're not gonna pay me. Like, What am I going to Olympics for? Man, I'm 32-0, baby. Well, I'm 32-0 my races. I'm gonna have them go to y'all going over there, man. You know how much money I make? You know how much money I'm worth, baby? You think I'm gonna go run in the Olympics? Nah, Jack, that's for amateurs. Because it's called an amateur sport. It's called an amateur sport. That's for amateurs, baby. I'm a professional. Nah, I'm over here getting this money. You see my wall? You see these belts? You see these rings? You see how many people I don't beat? Yeah, I'm undefeated, baby. Like, I'm undefeated. Come on, Jack. Come on with it now. So now, good watermelon. So now, let's say Omanyala don't want to race Fred yet, right? Let's say Omanyala stay in Hitler undercard races, right? And then Omanyala sitting there, and Omanyala is 10-0. He 10-0 his undercard races, right? And then Fred 10-0. Okay, well, guess what? Omanyala, now he really like, it's time. Okay, so guess what? Guess what the world gets to do? 10-0 versus 10-0. Ooh, shit, I'm tuning into that. Somebody got to lose. I got my money on the newcomer 10-0. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how y'all not seeing this. I do understand how you're not seeing this because track and field. But you see what I'm saying? 1 versus 1 is like 10 times better. It's like 20 times better. Especially if you got the money behind it. That's the whole thing I'm saying. Like, if you got the money behind 1 versus 1, because you got sponsors like DraftKings. You got major sponsors now. These people don't give a damn about no $100,000 race when they folks paying out $2-3 million at MGM Grand for a boxing match. Nobody's saying it's a $2-3 million race, but that's what sponsors are giving out for boxing matches. So you think it's gonna be hard for them to give out $100,000 to a track race? That's write-off money. Like you should have been on my show last night, like dude taught us last night. That's write-off money. These companies don't care about that. They just don't understand track and field because of how track and field is set up. So they don't want to bring their money into it. They don't. They don't. Like the trust me, I've talked to people. They don't understand how track and field works to where it's profitable. So that's why they won't put no money in it. No multi-billionaire is going to put any money behind track and field because it's a broken system. You see what I'm saying? A new system can get new funding, but we can't get it with that system. So that's why I'm saying, nah. Leave track and field alone. We going to build a new world over here. Whole new world order on this side. Let them keep what they've been doing. New world order. We do something totally different. That's all I'm saying. And at that point, it's red pill, blue pill. You giving the athletes the option now. You have the option of, well, you can come over here and try your luck in this MMA style racing. You can come over and try your luck in this tennis style racing. You come over here and try your luck in this boxing style racing. You can come over here and try your luck in this world of making money style racing, or you stay over there. You see what I'm saying? That's where we at now. That's where we're at right now today in the present state of our sport of track and field is what I would say. We can't fix a broken system. You can't fix it, all right? So like I said on my show, since you can't fix it, we have to create ways of creating something different. Let that system stay what it is. This system over here just don't operate that way. Period. Like at the end of the day, that's all I'm throwing out there to y'all. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to get y'all to open your mind up. Open your mind up. Listen to everything that you've said. Listen to all the complaints that you've said over the years about track and field. Go listen to everything you said that you didn't like about it. Now hear out what I'm saying. What is there to not like about 1 versus 1? Because I can give you 100 things to not like about track and field. Give me something to not like about 1 versus 1. All right, dog. I do believe they can coexist, but I don't think they can coexist. And let me say that like this. I do think that track and field can stay the same, but I do think that if we do this, more athletes would leave track and field to where what happened, track and field would be what it's supposed to be. It should only come around once every 4 years. Like the entire world thinks. The entire world thinks we train for the damn Olympics. They don't know nothing about nothing in between. So guess what? We're going to give them what the world thinks anyway. Once every 4 years. In between that, it's 1 versus 1 world, baby. We over here in this league, baby. We ain't got. We'll see y'all in 3 years when time go to the Olympics. That's it. That's it. Because now, if you have 1 versus 1, the outside person won't continue to think about the Olympics. They might actually start to watch. You see what I'm saying? They might actually start to pay attention. Because every week they got like a different 1 versus, you know what I'm saying? Like the possibilities are endless, you know? So that's why I'm like, this 1 versus 1, me personally, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of us trying to get something like that going. I'm a fan of that. That's all I like to say. Casalova, how many 1 versus 1s in the meet? 4. I don't know if you was here earlier, but my format says it's 4. Instead of having all 8 people race at one time, split them up into 4 different races. Whatever your seed time was, that's who you racing. That. Instead of running all 8, split them up. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Now, if you keep being in the undercard race every track meet, but you keep winning, your record keep going up, then guess what? You get a shot now. Like, man, I've been out here in these undercards, you know what I'm saying, for the past 10 damn races. And I ain't lost one yet. And I done dropped a new PB. I want my shot at Fred Curley now. So guess what? You get to do that. You get to say that. You get to say, I want my shot. That don't mean you're going to get it. You know, they might say, not yet. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. You're going to go win about 5 more races. And now you at 15-0. Fred at 15-0, and you saying, I want a shot at the belt. Okay, well, look, we're gonna set it up then. So now you got it to where it's like entertaining. Because now if you go win, guess what you get? The belt. Not only do you get the paycheck, you get the belt. So now the belt is with you at your house, your training facility. You get to get on Instagram, say, I got the belt. Who want it? It go through me. You can't get it without going through me. And then at that point, you know, money's on the line now. Now you got Vegas involved now. You get Vegas involved. Oh my God, it's a wrap, sir. It's a wrap. At that point, it's over with. Now you got billions and billions and billions of dollars to play with because they are going to put you on DraftKings. They're going to put you on all their betting sites. It's over with now. Now athletes are really getting paid. Or we can stay with this broken system and travel to Bermuda to win $2,000. Or if you get last, don't get no money. So we can keep going to these Diamond League races to where it's like, well, 10 grand for first place. But let me make sure y'all understand what I'm trying to say. This race, it Rabat. Watch this, okay? This race has Trayvon Bromell in it, all right? This race has Lamont Jacobs in it, all right? This race has Fred Curley in it, okay? The payout is $10,000, $6,000, $4,000. So watch this. Now you got Tobogo, Omanyala, Simbini, Macklemore, Johan Blake racing for 4th. You got 5 people racing for 4th place, which is what, like $4,000? 5 people racing for 4th place because you already know who's gonna get top 3. And the sad part about it is, whichever one of them are them top 3 fastest people, one of them is walking away with $5,000. And I can tell you this much right here. Usain Bolt was making $100,000 appearance fee. Do you think any of these athletes are Usain Bolt or on Usain Bolt's caliber? So do you think any of these athletes are getting paid $100,000 to be at Rabat? The answer to that is no. They're not. Okay. So watch this. Somebody gonna go over there, run real fast, but no money. Ain't gonna go to the next track, me and do the same thing again. The 1 versus 1 system, baby, just works better. It just works better. It just works better. Okay? I know y'all like the traditional track. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I know you do. But that shit is not working. Trust me, it's not working. It's not working anymore. Just believe me on this. Just trust me on this. Trust me on this. All right, I'm here for your questions. I'm here for your questions now. My waterman and water and woke me up. I'm here for your questions. Hold on. I like that one. I like that one. He said, will you host a 1v1 meet for 100-meter athletes that are elite but not sponsored and definitely willing to do it because of the money without any ties or obligations to company? Yes. 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 And yes again. Put it this way. You can be Leroy off the street. You can be Leroy off the street. Leroy off the street go training. Leroy off the street hopping a all-comers meet somewhere. Leroy off the street go run 9-8 at the all-comers meet. Oh shit, okay. Leroy off the street go back and go to another all-comers meet and run 9-8. Guess what Leroy get to do? He get to talk to an agent and say, I want one of them 1 versus 1 races. Well, why? I just went 9-8 at these backyard races. Okay. Well, you can probably get you a shot, but you got to start at the bottom. 1 versus 1 is not just for track athletes. It's for anybody who think they fast. It's like if you think you fast, or if you think you want to work to being fast, then work your way up. But it's no more of this closed door stuff to where you had to run track and field and car to high school. No. If you wake up tomorrow and say, I want to train the next 2 years for a 1 versus 1 race, okay, go do it. You don't have no ties, no obligation, or nothing. Go do it. No, go do it. How much would charge pay-per-view month subscription? I'm glad you asked that question. Zero, zilch, nada, for free. How about that? How about them apples? You don't even have to, you're not even paying to watch these races. You're not paying like a Flow Track subscription. You're not paying like a Peacock subscription. You're not paying none of the subscriptions that we are paying right now to watch track meets. It is completely free. How you love them apples? Top that. Free. And accessible. And what I mean by accessible is you won't have to do all this extra searching and shit to see, whoa, damn, what are you running at, man? I can't find it. Nah, it'll all be in like one spot. It's right there. They're all of them right there, 1 by 1. Just get on your phone or whatever. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Terry Moore as televised. I'm going to go with no. Now, the reason why I'm going to go with no for televised is I missed half of Bermuda because it was on TV. So I wasn't even able to put it in the Trap House. So instead of televising it, instead of consistently trying to get on TV, just put it right here. Just put it right here on your phone. Put it right there. Because then at that point, nobody can miss a race now. And then you can get everybody you know to watch at the same time. Like, hey, bro, check this out. Hey, man, get on this app. Get on this. I don't know if it's an app, but I'm just saying, hey, bro, get right here. They got these races over here. It ain't hard to find no more. So instead of charging people to watch it, let them watch for free. Good question, Terry. Certified Chaos, they probably would. That's all you got to do. So I like what he's saying because I'm going to get to the other one. I like what he's saying because it's accessible now. It's accessible to everybody who want to watch track and field. Now, what Randy said, I watched the races on Peacock. But guess what? You paid for Peacock. Your Peacock subscription ain't free because I got one. So, and I guarantee you, you ain't watched it for free. because you have to pay whatever you had to pay for Peacock. So the way I'm saying it is, don't even put it on TV. It's free. It's on your phone. Just get ready. You know what I'm saying? Just get ready. And that's if you're not there in person. If you're not there in person. All right, who else got a question before I get off here? Who else got a question? Who else got a question or concern about my 1v1 theory? Who else got a question or concern? I can tell y'all this right here for sure, for certain. With the right amount of money and the right people behind it, a 1 versus 1 league would shoot for the moon. Because you got to understand, change is never for the now. Change is for the future. You create a 1 versus 1 league now, in 10 years, that's all track athletes will do. Because they'll grow up in that environment of 1 versus 1. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Every race will be like that. The only difference is if y'all go back and watch the arena and watch everybody that was in there, watch how packed it was. When they was done, it was over with. The format I'm saying, when they done, guess what? Sit still. You got some more coming. Man, come on, baby. Like, I'm at the track meet. I'm lit, man. I'm gambling all day long at the track meet. Hey, man, look. Undercard, man. I got, put me 5. Yeah, put me 5,000 on lane 1. Yeah, 5,000. Who that is in lane 2? Because there's only 2 lanes. Who that is? What the rep? Let me look at your rep. Let me look what he been doing. Oh, no. Put me 10 bands on lane 1. He ain't finna upset that boy today. Oh, no. Sorry. Who y'all got? Who doing what, the women? Got the women hurdles? Let me look at this. Let me look at this thing. The same way you do horse racing. Let me look at this thing. So, wait a minute. She don't hit a couple hurdles her last few races, if she ain't hit no hurdles. Put me 10 bands on lane 2. I think Layla gonna take it. Layla, put me 10 bands on lane 2. What? You say I can bet extra on if they break a record? Ooh, what the odds is? The odds is 1 out of 1,000 to break a record. Put me another $1,000 on them breaking that record. What are you saying right now? like you just involved everybody. You just involved rappers. You just involved movie stars. You just involved the biggest people that like to gamble. These folks gonna be looking at that shit like, hey man, look, I got $1 million. You know somebody like 50 Cent gonna go crazy. I bet $1 million on Fred Curley today. And you know what? Somebody else gonna do something stupid. I see your $1 million 50. Let's bet. Like, come on, man. No teams. I like that question. No teams. There is no such thing as teams. It's all individual. You can have your same camps. You can do that now. You got camps. You can do that. Or that can be your team who you train with, yada, yada, yada. But ain't no teams. It's just you versus somebody. Ooh, look at here. My parlay sheet. What? Man, my parlay sheet be crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all. All right, let me see. I'm going to bet on the 100 today. I'm going to bet on the 200 today. I'm going to bet on the hurdles today. I'm definitely going to bet on the jumps today. Man, come on, baby. Come on. The possibilities of gambling just went through the roof. Ooh, man, DraftKings would eat this type of league alive. They would literally be like, oh, yeah, we want a piece of that. We want a piece of that action right there. Nope. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Cannot do a 3-person race. It has to be 1 versus 1 because that's the only way for somebody to actually say I'm the best because I've knocked off all of these athletes, all these runners 1 by 1. Ain't no I beat him and him at the same time. I've knocked off every single one of these people 1 by 1. Me versus them, every time they lined up, I won. That type of prestigiousness weighs more than anything. That is a major, like, nah, bro, I don't lined up with these people head up. And I'm In the last 2 years, I'm freaking 28-1 or some shit like that. Like, come on. You know what your value is now? Like, especially if we talking about gambling again. If we talking about gambling with like DraftKings, they look at this person, man, this person ain't lost in 2 years. They 48-1. I'm about to put the house up on them. But then again, they might lose the house. You know? So, good question, though. I like that. I like that. I like that. I definitely like that. Because guess what? In my mind, in my world, for 1v1, it's a stadium. It's a stadium. So just like how they do boxing in Vegas, most of all the big boxing matches are at MGM. Most all of them at one arena. I see the same thing with 1 versus 1. It's one track, and that track is literally built for 1 versus 1. Meaning you even get the fans to come closer now. It's like sitting, how they do ringside, you sit in trackside to where it's like right here. And even with the long jump, you ain't sitting way up here and they down there jumping. You at the dirt. Like you sitting here like dirt side. Like shit, they see the camera and they're like, man, damn, that LeBron sitting dirt side. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I think that LeBron sitting dirt side. Created like that. Like the possibilities because people actually admire track and field. They just don't get a chance to know about it. You just got to rebrand it the whole, like how I'm saying. Like, all right, now shoot, check this out. It's one arena. One arena. Everything happens at that one arena. I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all the future, man. Y'all just don't want to hear me now. I'm giving y'all the future. I'm trying to give y'all what you need to hear. EcoDrop. EcoDrop. EcoDrop says it's too expensive. Here's how I would answer that, EcoDrop. I would answer that by, there's this place called Jerry's World that this guy had built. He's a billionaire, all right? There's this place called Staples Center that the Staples company had built. There's this place called like the FedEx Arena. There's this place. I mean, I could go on and on and on. It's too expensive for track and field. You're right. But it's not too expensive to the people who got billions of dollars. It ain't too expensive for them. It's not. It's too expensive for track and field. But with certain people, like Jerry Jones, building an arena is not expensive at all. I can tell you that for sure. I can tell you that for sure. It is not expensive at all. Good question, though. The answer to that is no. The answer to that is no, but you have to create your own relay. You got to get it. You got to have 4 people. Ain't none of this choosing, yada, yada. You got to come up with your own team, and your own team come on in here and try the best they look. So if you want to go get Leroy, you want to go get Ashton, you want to go get Tum Tum, and all y'all train for a year, 2 years, then bring it on in here, baby. You can come on, get on in here. Come on, get on in here. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. I'm taking little notes of that one. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. That's a great idea, actually. It's a great idea. Mental note, keep that one. All right, y'all. Any more questions? Any more things? Because I got to go. I got to pee and all that stuff. Now y'all starting to think like Ray. Now y'all starting to think like Ray. Crazy concept, but why don't we also add performances from artists and what's not to make the performances more intriguing? Add the damn performances. I'm with it. I'm with bring out somebody saying the national anthem. Damn it. I'm with halftime. Let Lil Bushi Wachi, whatever the new little rapper is, let him perform. Or the new little singer, the new pop singer, or Push My Hair Back. Let him perform. Let her perform. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Oh man, look here, certified KR, look here, baby. You mean to tell me right now we got the main event. Fred Curley is 24-0. Omar Yala is 21-0. That's the event that you have them at right there. That event when them two finna race 24-0, 21-0. Okay, now we finna build this thing up. Now you got Lil Baby performing. Now you, because keep in mind, in order for this to work, it got to be a lot of money behind it. But so since there's a lot of money behind it, possibilities is endless. Now it's the main event, baby. We promoting this thing 6 weeks out, and then turn it into a whole show. And then think about it. You know, they come out the tunnel the same way. Fred come out the tunnel, he got Lil Baby with him, rapping, yada, yada, yada. And then Omar Yada come out the tunnel, he got whatever African rapper with him, yada, yada, yada. And they both going to the track just like a fight. Man, y'all don't see this. Y'all is stupid. What I'm talking about? We're talking about hype. Talking about hype. Cut the lights off. Do the same thing, man. Come on, bring these boys out, man, so these boys can do it. Oh my God. Come on, y'all. It's too simple. It's too simple. Aaron Brown. All right. Now look. Let me explain to you because you might came in late, but I explained to everybody else. What I'm talking about is not for track and field. What I'm talking about is track and field stays over there doing their thing. This is something completely different. This ain't track and field. This ain't, don't get the two confused. Don't even merge them together. That's track and field. This is 1 versus 1. Track and field can't afford to do this. But if a multi or a couple billionaires decide to create something, they could do this shit. Track and field just can't. That's all I'm saying. Track and field, you right. All y'all right. Track and field can't afford to do none of this. That's why I keep saying track and field can have what they have, and we can keep track and field. But there's also this other world. That's all I'm saying. Literally, that's it. That's it. Ain't nobody trying to change track and field. I said that last night on my show. The Titanic is sinking. You can't change that. Ain't nobody trying to change track and field. We're just trying to create something different. That's all. It would only work. It would only work if you had actual, like, multi-billion-dollar investors behind it. That's the only way it would work. Because they would have the means, the money, the know-how, the power, the marketing companies, the concepts to make it work. Track and field cannot pull this off. Only somebody's from outside of track and field could pull this off. That's it. Because we're talking about something that, creating something that's going to cost millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Think about it like this way. Think about it this way. There's a such thing called professional bowling. Billionaires had to get behind it to make it become a thing. There's now professional lacrosse. Professional lacrosse did not used to be a thing. Multi-billionaire smart people and companies had to get behind it. Again, the Lakers play at, well, it used to be Staples Center. I think it changed. But let's go with this one. The Rams, their new stadium is SoFi Stadium. That's a bank. SoFi built that stadium. That's the thing. It ain't hard to get it done. It's just track and field don't have the minds to get it done. That's all I'm saying. Like, no, that it can happen. It can definitely work. It just can't work for track. Adam, I like this. It would force them to. It would force them to have to change. Because if you don't change, you're gonna lose. Because you're losing athletes now. You have to change your system. You have to change how you're doing stuff because there's a better way now. And athletes get a better way, a better decision that will put the pressure on them to fix all the stuff that people been crying about. That's all that does. They put the pressure on y'all. Now it's like, no. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. We doing our thing over here. That's all I'm saying. In the perfect world, that's how I see it. Nah, this ain't for track and field. This for somebody else to create. Our sport is not doing enough to be attractive enough to get investment. I disagree with you on that. EcoDrop. I disagree with you on that. All right. I 100. I can't say 100. I 1,000,000% disagree with you on that. I'm talking like I know something y'all don't know. I completely disagree with you on that. When I say completely, I completely disagree with you on that. Track and field is the most attractive thing there is right now. I can assure you that. When it comes to people wanting to buy teams, buy sports, track and field is the most appealing because it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest sport with the best athletes in it. It's a business. This business can easily be bought or not be bought, and people would create their own. Like 1 versus 1. It's a cool concept. Just gotta get it done. My brother Rodney says, do you think the big name athletes would participate, and do you think the shoe companies would try and prevent their athletes from participating? I'm gonna go with, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with shoe companies would get on board. Because at the end of the day, is what I always tell y'all. These people don't have no emotions. All they want is business, okay? Shoe companies would try and figure out how to stay with that athlete and go over there too. Athletes would be, put it this way, athletes, if an athlete decided to not do a 1v1 and only want to do track and field, then we would need to have them checked for their mental stability. Because there's no way on God's green earth, me being a former athlete, me knowing a lot of athletes, you're going to tell me I don't have a contract at all. And the contract they going to give me may only be 50 grand. You mean to tell me I can go over there and make 50 grand in 2 races? Yeah. And that 50 grand contract that they giving on the track and field side is for 3 years. It's not 50 a year. It's 50 grand split up in 3 years. So wait, so you mean to tell me I can go get 50 grand in 2 races versus 3 years? Yeah. You stupid if you don't do that. I'm calling it. If you're an athlete and you like, I want to do that, we would need to have you checked mentally. Like, we'd have to have you checked. Something ain't working up there. Something ain't connected. Like, nah, something ain't connected up there, baby. My thing is, the world championship in track and field and Olympic games, they pay so little that the people who should be running in those events should not be running that fast. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. The Olympics should be won with 10-2. World champs should be won with 10-2. Because that's what the payout is worth. The Olympics shouldn't be won with no 9-6, 9-7. World champs shouldn't be won with no 9-6, 9-7. Because the payout don't match that performance. That don't add up. Yeah, hell no, that don't add up. That don't add up at all. Randy Washington, do I need to put it on the screen so y'all can understand that? Yes. Yes. About 98% of track athletes are living under the poverty line. That's why I'm telling y'all, like, no, we gotta do something different. We have to do something different. Because this is an average contract. So now think about the ones who ain't got a contract, and y'all see them all the time running with nothing on. So imagine where they living at. It's a fix, but it's a fix for athletes. It's a fix for athletes. It's not a fix for track and field. We can't fix that shit. But what I'm saying is a fix for the athletes. It ain't gonna help the sport of track and field. It ain't gonna help the Olympics. It ain't gonna help the World Championships. But damn it, I gotta be the person to say it. That shit don't help us. So why should we care if it ain't? I'm a businessman at the same time, but I'm like, I ran track. That shit don't help us. So why we gotta keep helping it? We need something that's gonna help us. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm serious. I don't think y'all know that. Like, $50,000 is a decent contract. That's what most athletes are gonna get. Unless you're a super medalist. You're a super medalist. Now you can get 6 figures. But then that 6 figures gonna say, The minute you drop out the top 10, we're going to take 15% of it. And if you don't make the team next year, we're going to take another 10%. So by the time you even see your first paycheck, you cut 25%. Y'all, when I signed my biggest deal in 2009, as I made the team, before I got my first paycheck, I was already reduced. The 150 they signed me for, I never saw. Never saw that 150. I was dropped down to 135 just like that. Why? Because I got hurt at the World Championships in 2009. And because I got hurt, I couldn't finish the season out. So I ended up dropping down 100 to number 11 in the 100, right? Here's the effery. Watch this. I got hurt. I dropped to number 11. They cut me down 15%. This is after I just got my contract in July. August, got hurt. September, coming down 15%. Now watch this though. The 200 though. Go back and look at 2009. The 200, at the end of the season, I was ranked number 10 in the world. In the 200. When Bolt was number 1, I was number 10. And guess what? They still reduced me. Because they said, well, you fell out the top 10 in the 100. What? Ninja! But I'm still number 10 in 200. Well, Ray, you fell out the top 10 in 100, so we got to cut you down. See what I'm saying? And I was making 150,000. Okay? 50 grand a year is what I was making. Okay? These people giving out 50 grand now to athletes for 3 years and still putting reductions in there. Still telling them, if you don't make the team, we're going to reduce this 50. And this is 50 for 3 years. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all know I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. Ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. Ain't got no reason to lie to y'all. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I just think is a better way. That's all. That's all. All right, y'all, I got to go. I got to get ready for real work. I hope y'all take this video, share it. So hopefully some people might can hear it and understand what we're trying to say, what I'm trying to say. And let's start to think. Let's start to think about a world of 1 versus 1. Yes. Carla, last question. I answer that. All the same. Drug testing. There's still drug testing. Just like there's drug testing in boxing. There's drug testing in every other sport. There will still be drug testing in 1 versus 1. That's all. All right, y'all. I really got to go. I got to get to the gym. But that's my spiel on why I think 1 versus 1 is better. Go share this. Tell your friends about it. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget, Synergy. Hey, Thursday, all y'all people who email me, your stuff coming out. The Synergy website will be up at the end of the month. So everybody can order it in. Love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease.